Watching today on eNCA, DSTV channel 403, I'm Marcel Gordon in for Dan Moyane. Let's go to this now. Police operations in Riverlea have led to the arrests of 90 suspects. 69 are undocumented. There have been gun battles between Zama Zama gangs fighting for control in the area south of Johannesburg. eNCA reporter Pule Letshwiti-Jones has been on the ground for us. Let's get the very latest from him. Pule, a sense of anxiety very much coming across in our reporting on the story of the last few days. What's the atmosphere there today?
Well, definitely what we're seeing here is members of the SAPS, the Private Security Special Task Force team, NIU as well, just working together in this operation of trying to track down suspected illegal miners. In fact, earlier on when we spoke to the SAPS spokesperson, Brenda Moredili, she told us in Gauteng, she told us that there were about 89 undocumented foreign nationals who were arrested as well. It's quite an intensive operation happening here in Zama in Riverlea, following what has been going on of this community saying that they're living in fear due to the Zama Zama operations. Now you're probably asking why this time and not in the morning. Well, what we're being told is that usually this is the time whereby Zama Zamas would then leave the holes that they've dug and come out with the sand, which will involve some of the minerals that would have dug out, and they will then go into their hiding spots and refine that mineral in trying to get gold as well. And this is the reason why the operation has targeted for this time, because they believe they can apprehend some of them. We've also seen that there are unlicensed firearms as well in this area, and I'm about to show you right now on top. You also are seeing a SAPS chopper that's flying over this informal settlement, Marcel, just to start this operation and track down some of the suspects. We understand that the Minister of Police, will have a imbizo tomorrow with this community as promised, to get a sense as to what are some of the crime issues in this area. Now, this is not the first time this has actually happened. You remember last year in the community of Bosmont, it was the same thing around illegal mining. Now, Bosmont is adjacent to Zama, this informal settlement we're currently in right now. It looks as though members of the SAPS will then be going inside some of these informal settlements as well. We're being told to stay behind, and then we can then follow once we get the lead from some of the officials as well in this informal settlement.
These are live pictures coming to you from Riverlea, with our reporter Pule Letshwiti-Jones is tailing law enforcement authorities as they go about their work, and rather anxious time in Riverlea right now.
Sorry? Yep. Well, we're trying by all means to try and follow the operation. Apologies if I can't hear you, because the network here is really quite terrible, but trying by all means to keep up with some of the possible arrests that we could be seeing this afternoon, with of course the members of the Special Task Force, the SAPS, and the private security working in hand to apprehend some of the suspected Zama Zamas. I'm just going to try sweep in and get in this place here where you can also see what's currently happening. It seems as though they are, of course, embarking on a very tough search here, trying to ensure that they can apprehend some of the suspects. But this operation, this starts in the morning, and it's been going throughout the day. Yesterday, my colleague Aviwe Mtila as well followed a very similar operation. And it seems as though it is yielding results in terms of arrests being made. But the spokesperson, of course, of the Gauteng SAPS had made quite an interesting point to say this will require all various stakeholders from government sectors to join forces and deal with this issue of illegal mining in the country. Of course, her saying that the Department of Mineral Resources and Energy and the Department of Home Affairs needs to come to the fore in terms of trying to fight this, terrible activity happening in the country, currently also hurting the economy of the country.
What are they hoping to find in this area that this operation is in right now, Pule?
Well, I mean, quite a lot that they're hoping to find in this area. It's including, criminal suspects as well as goods that have been stolen, unlicensed firearms, many much more. We've seen this operation happening in the morning. Suspects are being arrested. Suspected Zama Zama is being arrested as well. It's the law enforcement trying to send a strong message to say that they can deal with this kind of criminality in the country. Pule was here just a few days ago saying that they will be dealing with this kind of criminal activities in this area. What I can tell you is that when I was in Kenya and I spoke to the Minister of Foreign Affairs from Lesotho, he said that they were trying to work with the government of South Africa to try and resolve this issue. Would involve various stakeholders such as the Department of Mineral Resources, headed by Gwede Mantashe as well. This is something that has been going on and really has been needing the attention of government for a lot of time. Zama Zamas have been operating in various disused mines in Gauteng, particularly in Krugersdorp, in Roodepoort, Riverlea, you mentioned Western area. These are all the places where this illegal mining is quite rife. And it seems as though this is a warning to illegal miners who have set up the suburb of Riverlea into fear. This is law enforcement actually setting authority and trying to ensure that they apprehend some of these suspected Zama Zamas. But frustrated residents are at their wits and have now also resorted to saying that if the police does not help, they will take up firearms. Okay. No, thank you. It's one of the residents say he was just busy with something here in his little home, a shack. But you can see on your screen some of those who are suspected to be undocumented as well, being apprehended by law enforcement myself. It's quite an intensive operation happening here this afternoon, and we're hoping to see what may happen. Obviously, under the instruction of the SAPS, who have been saying that we should, take the lead and be safe as well, and they're hoping to actually set authority this time around.
What are you hearing from residents there? Is this the first time they've seen this kind of show of force from authorities in trying to root out this criminal element? Are they hoping that this will have some kind of impact, or are they thinking, you see, this is in the news now, and this is why the cops are here, and as soon as the cameras disappear, so will the police?
Well, when I spoke to one of the community leaders earlier on, what he said was that, in fact, he was quite impressed with the response time from law enforcement, particularly just after the Minister of Police, Pule, had visited the area, saying that boots will be on the ground to try and assess the situation here. And they're really quite happy with what has been happening here. Residents are saying that they've been living in fear, and of course it has not been quite safe. And of course the Minister of Police, Pule, is saying that it will not be a business as usual. They will send out their task team and to try and fight this issue of Zamas in Riverlea. He has said that they will restore law and order, to be precise, and it seems as though this is what we're seeing. But of course the biggest question has been around how long will these operations last? Because one of the critical pertinent points that have been raised by residents is that police have been here for a week or two, and then after that the presence isn't around as well. And I guess this is one of the main issues that will be raising at this Imbizo that will be taking place tomorrow with the Minister of Police in this very same area that has been affected by the illegal mining.
Okay, Pule Letshwiti-Jones reporting to us live there from an operation that's currently underway in Riverlea, and I'm sure he'll bring us another update a little bit later.